A three-wheeler is a vehicle with three wheels. Some are motorized tricycles, which may be legally classed as either automobiles or motorcycles, while others are tricycles without a motor, some of which are human-powered vehicles and animal-powered vehicles. Overview: many three-wheelers which exist in the form of motorcycle-based machines are often called trikes and often have the front single wheel and mechanics similar to that of a motorcycle and the rear axle similar to that of a car. Often such vehicles are owner-constructed using a portion of a rear engine, rear-drive Volkswagen Beetle in combination with a motorcycle front end. Other trikes include ATVs that are specially constructed for off-road use. Three-wheeled automobiles can have either one wheel at the back and two at the front, or one wheel at the front and two at the back. Due to better safety when braking, an increasingly popular form is the front steering tadpole, or reverse trike, sometimes with front drive but usually with rear drive. A variant on the one at the front layout was the Scott Sociable, which resembled a four-wheeler with a front wheel missing. Three-wheeler cars, including some cycle cars, bubble cars and microcars, are built for economic reasons, in the UK for tax advantages, or in the US to take advantage of lower safety regulations, being classed as motorcycles. As a result of their light construction and potential better streamlining, three-wheeled cars are usually less expensive to operate. Three-wheeler transport vehicles known as auto rickshaws are a common means of public transportation in many countries in the world, and are an essential form of urban transport in many developing countries such as India and the Philippines. Auto rickshaws are a form of novelty transport in many Eastern countries. History: early car pioneer Carl Benz developed a number of three-wheeled models. One of these, the Benz patent Motorwagen, is regarded as the first purpose-built automobile. It was made in 1885. In 1896, John Henry Knight showed a tri-car at the Great Exhibition. In 1897, Edward Butler made the Butler petrol cycle, another three-wheeled car. A 26-horsepower tri-car competed in a 1907 Peking to Paris race sponsored by a French newspaper, Le Matin. Configurations: Two front equals, a configuration of two wheels in the front and one wheel at the back presents two advantages: it has improved aerodynamics, and that it readily enables small lightweight motorcycle power plant and rear wheel to be used. This approach was used by the Messerschmitt KR200 and BMW Isetta. Alternatively, a more conventional front-engine, front-wheel drive layout as is common in four-wheeled cars can be used, with subsequent advantages for transversal stability and traction. With two wheels in the front, the vehicle is far more stable in braking turns, but remains more prone to overturning in normal turns compared to an equivalent four-wheeled vehicle, unless the center of mass is lower and/or further forward. Motorcycle-derived designs suffer from most of the weight being towards the rear of the vehicle. For lower wind resistance, a teardrop shape is often used. A teardrop is wide and round at the front, tapering at the back. The three-wheel configuration allows the two front wheels to create the wide round surface of the vehicle. The single rear wheel allows the vehicle to taper at the back. Examples include the Aptera 2 Series and Myers Motors NMG. Rear equals, having one wheel in front and two in the rear for power reduces the cost of the steering mechanism, but greatly decreases lateral stability when cornering while braking. When the single wheel is in the front, the vehicle is inherently unstable in a braking turn, as the combined tipping forces at the center of gravity from turning and braking can rapidly extend beyond the triangle formed by the contact patches of the wheels. This type, if not tipped, also has a greater tendency to spin out when handled roughly. Lateral stability the disadvantage of a three-wheel configuration is lateral instability. The car will tip over in a turn before it will slide. This can be prevented in three different ways: by placing the center of mass closer to the ground, by placing the center of mass closer to the rear wheels, by increasing the track width. In the case of a three-wheeled ATV, tipping can be avoided by the rider leaning into turns. Tilting option. To improve stability, some three-wheelers are designed as tilting three-wheelers so that they lean while cornering like a motorcyclist would do. The tilt may be controlled manually, mechanically or by computer. A tilting three-wheeler's body and all wheels tilt in the direction of the turn. Such vehicles can corner safely even with a narrow track. Some tilting three-wheelers could be considered to be forms of feet-forwards motorcycles, or cabin motorcycles, or both. Wheel configurations equals, several configurations are practical. 2 front wheels and 1 rear, where all 3 wheels tilt, use the acronym 2F3T. Other variations 1F1T, where only the front wheel tilts, an example being the Vandenbrink Carver, made in the Netherlands. Active or passive tilt control equals, tilting can be actively controlled by applying force between the paired wheels. A freeliner is balanced by steering, like a single-track vehicle. This still leaves some advantages in traction, and the tilt can be locked for parking faster than a stand can be deployed. Topology equals, propulsion may be on 1, 2, or 3 wheels, tilted or not. Many possible arrangements require particularly flexible U-joints, which favors the other possibilities. Use of extra wheel equals, any extra laterally spaced wheel can benefit the vehicle by providing stability gains if there is a mechanism to lock the laterally spaced wheels at any given moment relative to the road plane. In some counter-steered vehicles this benefit is generally only available when stopped. In other types where the tilt angle is directly controlled this additional stability is constant at all speeds. In a counter-steered vehicle a loss of traction will result in a fall whereas in a tilt-controlled design a fall may not occur. Various electric and hydraulic systems have been employed to modify TTW behavior, with notable success on the Carver. Due to the tilting, there is not necessarily any load transfer between the wheels in cornering, so the rule about tadpoles understeering and deltas oversteering does not necessarily apply. Electric battery equals. 3-wheeled battery-powered designs include, Aptora 2 Series, City L, Commuter Cars Tango, Cree-Sam, Myers Motors NMG, Toyota I-Road, Triac, Zap Zebra. Solar equals. The world's fastest solar-powered vehicle, Ashia University's Sky Ace TIGA, is a 3-wheeler. It achieved 91.332 km/h at Shimojishima Airport, in Miyakojima, Okinawa, Japan, to win the Guinness World Record, on August 20, 2014. It took the record from another 3-wheeler, Sunswift 4, designed and built at the University of New South Wales in Australia, by a margin of almost 3 km/h. Steam. The world's first full-size self-propelled land vehicle was a 3-wheeler. French Army Captain Nicolas-Joseph Cognot's 1770 Fardier à vapeur, a steam tricycle with a top speed of around 3 km/h, was intended for hauling artillery. Another of the earliest preserved examples is the Long steam tricycle, built by George A. Long around 1880 and patented in 1883, now on display at the Smithsonian Institution. All-terrain vehicles. Due to the incidence of injuries related to their use, a 10-year ban, entirely voluntary for manufacturers, was placed on the sale of new 3-wheeled all-terrain vehicles in the United States in January 1988. However, it should be noted that more injuries were sustained by riders by not applying a proper riding technique, and lack of wearing proper safety gear such as helmets and riding boots. In a search conducted by the Consumer Product Safety Commission, it was determined that no inherent flaw was found in the 3-wheel design. Registration. In the U.S., the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration defines and regulates 3-wheeled vehicles as motorcycles. Driver's license requirements vary on a state-by-state basis. In other jurisdictions, such as British Columbia, Canada, and Connecticut, a 3-wheeled vehicle with an enclosed passenger compartment or partially enclosed seat is considered an automobile. Examples. 2 front wheels equals, Berkeley Cars Berkeley T60 England 1959-60. 2 rear wheels equals. References. External links, complete AZ list of 3-wheelers since 1940.